Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining me again today. My name is General Confusion, and this is Ultimate General Civil War. So, after those last couple of battles, we've prepared the army as best we can. First Corps is almost at full strength. First Division is... the elites are doing okay. We've moved Branch's unit up to replace the lost one. Second Division and Third Division are entirely at full strength. Fourth Division, a little battered, but hanging in there. Second Corps, unfortunately, so First Corps has 26,000 soldiers. Second Corps has 13,000, and fewer guns as well. Every unit is beat up. Fourth Division has ceased to exist, leaving Major General Longstreet without any troops under his command. And of course, Robert E. Lee is commanding an empty corps. We have taken all of the supplies to get the funds to buy more soldiers and equip them. In the armory, we do have significant numbers of weapons floating around, but I feel like we're going to need them. I could sell these Springfield 1842s, but, yeah, so I do have some equipment available. Not a huge amount. I could buy these 24-pounder howitzers and try to swap some artillery unit into the 24-pounders. I've been told that that's useful, but I don't know. I think we're just going to go into the minor battle with what we have. So, next up we have the Battle of Rio Hill. Now, this is a pretty ahistorical scenario, it looks like, because Rio Hill, historically, was a tiny skirmish between a relatively small detachment of Union cavalry and an absolutely minuscule detachment of Confederate artillerymen, which lasted only an hour, resulted in the burning of a single bridge and part of a small Confederate camp, and that was it. Oh, actually, wait a second. I'm sorry, we're going to First Franklin first, because that comes earlier. We're trying to do it in chronological order. Okay, that's fine. I still don't understand why Rio Hill is actually a battle here. It really doesn't deserve to be. But so let's look at First Franklin. You've been ordered to advance northwards from Spring Hill, Tennessee, and siege Franklin. General Gragner's army has encamped near the town, and you must defeat him to secure the area. Oh, jeez. A skirmish at Brentwood to the north has forced General Granger to send his cavalry to deal with the threat. This is an opportunity for us to strike fast the Federal army before the Union cavalry returns to the camp. Okay, great. So we're going to be attacking a defensive position, again, for the third time in a row, and it sounds like we might have a time limit before cavalry gets back. On top of that, it gives us almost no money, 62,000, and okay, 3,800 recruits. So if I can win it with less than 3,800 casualties, at least I'll break even. So let's see what we got. I'm feeling a little ambivalent about this. So we get 12 brigades to launch the attack. Yeah, I think we're going to go with First Corps, because First Corps is at least at full strength. Second Corps, not so much. I mean, in both cases, they would have more brigades than I can use, but all the brigades in Second Corps are under strength, pretty much. So, we're going to take First Corps in. Alright, the Federals have deployed one full division 2 miles south of the town. There is not yet any sign of Yankee cavalry. Okay, one full division as in 4 brigades, because somehow we're 5, maybe even 6? Dunno. We may now advance swiftly and strike the Union camp before their cavalry arrives. General, it's not going to be an easy task because although our army is stronger, they await us behind strong earthworks. Good luck. Yeah, somehow I guessed that was true. So we've got, yeah, they've got defenses. We have to cross this river. It's open fields. There's almost no cover, and we're not allowed to flank. Hardly at all. So this is going to be yet another disastrous headlong assault. That's what I'm seeing here. I mean, I can't really interpret this in any other way. We're going to leave First Division out of it, basically. Kemper, Maney, Siegfried, all those units, they're too beat up. I don't want them getting involved in this. So we're going to put out a couple more infantry. We're going to put out another artillery unit. We'll pull Branch back as well and replace him with yet more artillery because we need more artillery, I think. Okay, so we've got 2nd and 3rd divisions on the field. So let's move 2nd division up there. 3rd division. Now, I don't want it to sound like I was somewhat critical in the last episode here. And so I want to make something clear. I do enjoy this game. I think this game is pretty good. Especially, I mean, the battles themselves, I enjoy. I like the battles. I like the way the game is structured. I like the fact that it takes morale and all that into account. The problems that I have with this game, and I do have some problems with it, are almost entirely related to the implementation of the campaign. I think the campaign... I think the connectivity of the campaign is lacking. And I think it's lacking in a way that makes the experience frustrating. So, you know, the fact that you have these situations where you're fighting a battle and you, because of the way the game is structured, you can't really afford to ignore the minor battles, because then you'll be going into the major battles with, you know, missing all of everything you can get from it. But at the same time, the minor battles don't actually provide... if you miss something, if you misstep somewhere, it seems very easy to fall into a death spiral. Where, so I mean, I think for me this started at Fredericksburg. I think when I played Fredericksburg, I didn't do as well as the game designers had planned. And so when I went to the next fight, my army was under strength. And that meant that I didn't do as well in that fight as the developers had planned. And so when I went into I lost more men there than I should have. And so when I went into the fight after that, my army was even more under strength. And so on and so forth. I mean, my army now, at 40,000, is something like 75% of its strength at its height. Which, you could make the argument that this is historically accurate for the Confederacy, that, you know, I'm losing men as I go along, like this represents what happened to the Confederacy. But in terms of game design, I think it's a weakness. So anyway, let's just see how this goes. Let's get our skirmishers into these woods here for a little bit of cover. I am planning to make heavier use of skirmishers here just to kind of see how it works out. So we have Reed, yep, in fortifications along the riverbank. And we have fortifications going all the way up to there. We have Crook as well. So I'm thinking that what I want to do is try to pull my artillery up kind of here-ish at an angle where they can bombard, and then get these infantry units around to hit from the side. Meanwhile, let's get you in those woods there, you up into these woods. Bartlett's skirmishers and Cabell's skirmishers can push up a little bit. Yeah, they can't be flanked from this side. I could get skirmishers into these forests to try to goad them across the river. No, not you. But I'm thinking I'm going to have to flank on the left and see how that works out for me. Let's get Statham's skirmishers into the trees a little bit. Yeah, so I think what we're going to want to happen is... Oh, wow. Magleton's skirmishers are getting completely creamed. Let's put these skirmishers also up in the woods, where they can trade a little bit at least. Yeah, right there. You hold in that 100% cover. You also hold. Okay, you can distract them. These guys, I need to shift up in this direction. Okay, now we've got Union artillery firing at us. So Carlin, Mahoney, and Beale need to run. Statham's skirmishers are doing okay. Magleton's skirmishers are doing nothing. Wow. Good job, Magleton. So, here's what I'm thinking. Smith and Frank are going to provide artillery support here. We've got artillery from right there firing at me. And I'm going to try to... Is that a secondary line? That's a secondary line with an artillery position behind it. Okay. Like... Looking at this, I'm frustrated again. And I'm frustrated because the way this campaign is set up, there isn't actually any reason to want to have this fight. I mean, yes, strategically speaking, you know, it would be important to drive this army out, but there's no strategic aspect to the campaign. It's just a series of linked battles. And the battles, I don't find it all that fun to be expected to throw myself at a position like this. Like, if I was playing a game where I had control of all aspects of the campaign, you know, the theoretical perfect strategy game, I would look at this position, and unless I had some pressing strategic reason to need to take this position specifically, I would say nope. I would just leave. I would not fight this battle, because the enemy is dug in, expecting me. I don't want to have to toss my men across these open fields into these perfect killing zones. This is the kind of thing I would try to suck an AI into doing. And I like to think, at least, that I am a little bit smarter than an AI. So, looking at this, like, my strategic plan here, insofar as I have one, is that the blow is going to have to fall on the left side, but they have this secondary line protecting their left flank, so that's going to make that very difficult. Over here, I could use the woods and just try to bust through, which I suppose is possible. So, I mean, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get Maggleton and Statham over here. Get Bartlett's and Cabell's skirmishers over to support. Try this, somebody was talking about a tactic of using skirmishers to basically absorb enemy fire. We're going to move the artillery back because they're getting shelled. These artillery units can come right up there. Maggleton's skirmishers... Just get out. Get out. Yep, they routed. So it's just somewhat... I'm finding the game somewhat frustrating as it goes along. I think this would be... It might actually be more fun, from certain perspectives at least, to just play sequential battles, as opposed to trying to play through the campaign. Because the campaign really does have this thing where it punishes you immensely for not doing something the right way, right from the start. And I don't know. It's not my bag. Or maybe I'm just pissy that I'm losing. Who knows? That's always possible. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. We've got skirmishers running across here now. These skirmishers, I'm going to try this. Skirmishers. We are going to try charging with skirmishers, and then having other units provide support fire. Locked. Okay, we are inflicting damage. These units, these three, sweep in like that. Cabell and Bartlett sweep in like that. We're going to launch the assault on the angle here. Okay, Cabell's skirmishers have surrendered. That was certainly not what I was hoping for. Statham's skirmishers need to push forward, thank you. Okay, we've got plenty of artillery coming down on Coburn. Okay, so yeah, skirmishers block line of fire. I can't shoot through my own skirmishers. Which makes this whole thing somewhat difficult. Oh, Gilbert is already breaking. Great. Excellent. I wonder why. Okay, so we flanked effectively. So let's get in there. Get our artillery moving up. All these skirmishers can move up. Cromwell, go support the attack. You stay here with the artillery. That's fine. All y'all shoot Banning. Statham's skirmishers can shoot those skirmishers. Bartlett, where are you going? Where are you going? There's General Granger back there. Come on, Mahoney, get your fire on. Alright, now charge. Okay, we're driving them. We are driving the enemy. We have taken the line. And let's get a charge on Banning with Maggleton providing fire support. Who's back here? Bartlett's skirmishers? Yeah, rejoin your unit. You four, move up. Okay, so we've pretty effectively collapsed the enemy line there. That's fantastic. Now, Beale. Just move in there. Harlan. Get up. The bell. Reed is going to be the issue there. Bartlett needs to move forward as well, because we've got some artillery setting up. Statham, keep after him. Get my artillery across the river. Coburn needs to be shot. Okay, good. Route the artillery. That's great. Now Mahoney can lay down some fire over there. Harlan can lay down some fire over here. Cabell is laying down fire over there. Okay. That wasn't too bad. That was certainly much better than I anticipated. The flanking maneuver over here was extremely effective on this corner, combined with the morale effect of the artillery fire. Unfortunately, Statham is now in this position where he is rear flanked, so Maggleton, charge. Get Coburn out of there. I don't know what Atkins thinks he's doing charging. Okay, Coburn is now fleeing across the river directly into Maggleton, which is fine. Maggleton, rejoin your unit. Okay, let's get Mahoney up in the trees. Alright, and the Union camp is shattered. The Union camp is taken, rather, and the army is shattered. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I outnumbered them by in that battle, though. It was quite a reasonable amount, I believe. Shoot. Just shoot. And Maggleton, definitely keep after Coburn to keep him from rejuvenating. Harlan, get in the woods. Okay. We're good. We're solid. Statham, where are you going? Get over there. So do I win when the contested Union camp counter counts down, or do I have to fight for the next hour and a half anyway? Nope, I have to fight for the next hour and a half anyway. Statham, move. Stop firing and move. Okay, and Coburn here has recovered, so let's move Maggleton across to make sure we deal with him. However, in general, I am perfectly happy to just hold position at this point, because you rejoin your unit. Because we are doing fine. It looks like we did lose one gun from Smith's battery. But we have enough artillery that this isn't devastating. There's Coburn routing again. We do have another enemy battery over there that is inflicting some casualties on Bartlett. Yeah, okay, sure. Come over here and attack Mahoney. That's... yeah. You do that. Okay, we've got skirmishers routing. Bartlett's taking casualties because Bartlett is out in the open like an idiot. So try not to be out in the open, please, Bartlett. Cabell, move up a little bit. Hey, Maggleton, go take that house as cover. While Bartlett's skirmishers are doing quite well. I'm in favor of them. We'll get our artillery up here and perform a little light shelling. Holy crap! Get rid of that artillery, please. Now. Shoot them. That artillery gots to go. Okay, they're gone. Good, so you can fall back. Make sure none of you are in the river. Coburn seems happy to just stand there and get shot. So I'm happy to stand there and shoot him. Here comes Gilbert. And here comes Banning, exposing his flank to fire. Fairly murderous fire, really. I think they don't like Cabell. They really don't like Cabell. Which is too bad, because here he is. He's not putting up with any crap, clearly. Statham and Bartlett. I think we've destroyed pretty much all the Union artillery. And everybody who charges Cabell is just doomed to failure at this point. Hit Atkins. Yep, okay, that's why they made me spend all that time. The Union cavalry just came back. And so now we have to fight them for 45 minutes. But that's okay, because at this point we have occupied fairly solid positions, and we don't have much risk of being driven off. Statham skirmishers can rejoin. Beale's skirmishers can come up here. Gilbert might be a nuisance, so let's park Carlin up there to stop him. Where are all my batteries? There's Smith, Parker, Newell, McLean. Where's Frank? Oh, Frank's over there. Of course. And Gilbert is already routing. Wow. Okay, let's get Reed out of the picture. Oh, Statham is routing now, too. That's okay. Nope, Cabell, just stay there in the woods. Don't push forward. We do not need to attack them. We just don't need to. Bartlett. If I could get Statham out of there, I would. I absolutely would. Okay, they're actually not attacking him. So fine, if Crook wants to just get shot as he walks, Statham can shoot him. So casualty-wise, 10% casualties out of about 18,000. Not too bad. I can take that. That will leave me a solid soldier profit here. Which is what I need in the cold analysis of the game in order to justify this. So I'm just going to run out the clock at this point. We only have 20 minutes left. And all that's going to happen is my artillery is going to shell the Union. So that battle wasn't too bad. There was a way around, fortunately. I would have liked it if there was a little more maneuvering room, but since you could get along this side, it was possible to come at both these positions from the flank, and that was workable. So, okay, fair enough. I wonder what Rio Hill is going to be like, though. I mean, Rio Hill, as a battle, wasn't really anything. I mean, there was something like 2,000 people involved on all sides. Okay, so I started off with 17,500. I lost 2,000? That's not... Okay, that's close to 10% casualties. I did lose one gun. They lost 5,222 guns as well as 300 cavalry. So that's great. Goods-wise, what did we get? We captured a bunch of M1861 Springfields, which are even better guns than the M1855s that we've been using, and we captured a couple of 24-pounder howitzers for free, so that's not bad. Not bad at all. We also got a couple of promotions. So, okay, good job, First Corps. You done decent. We ended up with about 1,500 more infantry than we came in with, which is, you know, a start. So that one wasn't as bad as I was afraid. About 1,800 more troops than we started with, actually. Almost a division's worth. We do still only have $63,000, so we're probably going to have to sell something in order to have enough money to hire and equip more soldiers. I'm going to put my career point here into economy to make things cheaper. And I will replenish the army and get ready for Rio Hill next time. So thank you all so much for watching this. If you like this video, consider leaving a like, leave a comment if you have anything you want to say about the game, anything you have to say about the way I feel about the game. If you have agreements, contradictions, want to tell me I'm an idiot, that's fine. And of course, consider subscribing to the channel if you liked this video, and more content like this will be coming your way on the regular. So thank you all once again, and I will see you in the next one.